Welcome to the Next Gen I specializes in AI-driven 3D model creation, powering the future of 3D innovation with precision and efficiency. Welcome to Vision 3D Capture, where transforming real-world objects into stunning 3D models is easier than ever. Whether you're a creator, designer, or AI enthusiast, our seamless workflow lets you scan, process, and submit 3D models with precision. Using Reality Composer's object capture, you can turn images into high-quality 3D assets in just a few steps. Once scanned, simply zip your files and submit them hassle-free. Get ready to bring objects to life with cutting-edge 3D technology. Let's dive in.
Wanted to capture a realistic and lifelike 3D scan of a cuddly alien? Well, probably not that many times. But this quick tip will show you how you can capture a 3D scan of any object and use it in different applications on your phone and your devices, using the free Reality Composer app. So jumping straight in, I'm going to press the plus button on the top toolbar, and from here I'm going to select an object capture. This uses the new object capture feature in iOS 17 to create a really realistic lifelike scan of your object, using a series of photographs taken on your device. On the next screen, we're going to be asked to position our object that we're scanning in the middle of the viewfinder on screen. Try and find somewhere where you've got good, even lighting. I'm doing mine outdoors so the daylight is all around, and it might work better than perhaps doing it indoors where there could be dark shadows. So I've positioned my cuddly toy in the middle of my frame, and now I need to resize that box to make sure it's all included in the scan. I'm simply going to drag out the edges if I need to here. The more accurate you are here, the better, because it will train your iPhone on what parts of the image to capture. Then we're going to press Start Capture, and we're going to have to do a process where we gradually move our device around the object, fairly slowly and fairly smoothly. I'll try and hold my phone as steady as I can as I move around my cuddly toy, and you can see there's white bars at the bottom in that preview lighting up as it's going around. If any of the bars don't light up and they stay grey, don't panic, you can always go back and do a second loop to catch those areas, but it is important that they all go white eventually. So make sure you're going nice and slowly, and the object is fairly close to the camera to make sure they turn white. Now I've done that first complete loop, it's then going to ask me to get a second loop from a different angle. Now, on some objects, it might ask you to flip the object upside down. For this particular one, it hasn't, and it does vary, I found, based on what you're scanning. For the second loop, it's going to advise me to do it slightly lower down. So I'm going to try and awkwardly crouch as I move my phone around the circle, capturing the lower half of my model. I'll speed this loop up quickly for you, and now I've finished that one as if by magic, it wants to do a third and final scan. This last scan, for me, is a top-down look at the object, and I want to make sure my phone is fairly close. I actually found I was holding it too far away at many times, and I had to go back and do extra parts. But with that third and final loop complete, again I've sped it up for you here, we're onto the processing stage. Your phone is going to take all of the photographs that it just took during that scanning process, and it's going to combine them on device to make a 3D model. This does take quite a bit of time. For me it took about 3 or 4 minutes, but while it's going you can tap on the untitled object label and give it a name so it's saved afterwards. Let's jump forward a few moments here until the processing is complete. And now in Reality Composer, I've got my object there on a plain white background, and I can use a finger to rotate it 360 degrees.
Hello guys, I hope you are all doing well. So you have watched the video of how to capture 3D scanned model without any loops or holes. Make sure the quality should be clear. Okay, so now we will move further. Here you can see we need to download 2 applications. First is Reality Composer and the second one is iZip. Okay, so first we need to capture the 3D model using this Reality Composer. Here you can see that I have already scanned this Krishna teddy. Okay, you can see the quality also. Here you can see the tag. Okay, here this. Okay, so I have already scanned this Krishna teddy. Here you can see the quality. There is no holes or any loops. Okay, the quality should be clear. Here I would like to give one more important instruction. Okay, so we are not allowed to use any kind of cover boxes. It could be iPhone cover box, any tablet cover box, it could be anything. We are not allowed to use any cover boxes, bottles and cans. Except these 3 things, you can scan any model, okay? But make sure do not scan these 3 things, the bottles, cans and any cover boxes, okay? Now, here you can see I have already scanned this. Now, what we need to do next is, here you can see the sharing option, okay, over here. So, we need to share. Now we need to select on 3D model and photos. Okay, and say iZip. Okay, the last one, iZip. I will click on this iZip. I will close this. Okay, here you can see we are having this untitled object.obj in this we are having images, checkpoints, models and settings.json. Okay, make sure these 4 files are available in objcap folder. Okay, now what we need to do next is select this and we need to zip. Here second option. Okay, now we need to zip. Now here you can change the name Krishna Teddy. Okay, I will close this advertisement. I will again open this, close this, and I will go in the files folder. Here you can see we having the krishnateddy.zip file. Okay, when I open this, you can see here you can say cancel. Here you can see untitled obj folder. Okay, here you can see images, models and checkpoints. So what we need to do when we are about to submit, then just click on this zip file, then click on share option. You can save this to the files. Okay, then simply click on the submission link and just upload it from the files. Okay, I hope everything is clear, and if you still have any doubts, then you can directly talk about your issue to the project manager. I hope everything is clear. Bye bye. Have a good day.